I want more men to feel safe marrying the whore because they're gonna keep you good.
You know, his...
So basically you'd be in bed with your husband. Wayne would call in the middle of the night and you would go see Wayne.
Yes, and I'd be gone for days.
You'd be gone for days.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the exact type of woman that you should consider for marriage. Yeah, of course, this makes sense. First and foremost, shout out to my guys over there at the Tip Network. They put together an absolute banger, which is ripe for dissection. But what we have here today is why some women will lead other women astray through their own trauma. And the antagonist that I have for you within this conversation is none other than the feminist, sexually liberated brood mother herself, Superhead, who apparently took some time off from giving the Superhead to come out on these internet streets to convince other women that being on the streets with her can allow you to bag the perfect man. So with that being said, I think that it's right for us to get extremely active on this one. So without further ado.
So Karrine Steffans, Superhead, she went on.
That's crazy to have that type of...
Right. So she went on actually one of my friends' podcasts, and she has a clip that's going viral, and she said, marry the meaning like men should marry because they really want to be with, but instead they feel like they are supposed to be with like the good girl, the virgin, the girl who's like composed and put together, but then they cheat on her with. So she's like, just marry, stop playing around.
And love like a dump type of, like, you want this, but patriarchy says you can't marry this. Patriarchy says marry the virgin,
but then you behind her back, you lose her trust.
You're gonna ruin her life. I want more men to feel safe marrying the whore because they're gonna keep you good. You're gonna wake up to sucks. You wake up, I'm already on freak shit. There's nothing you can't propose to me that I won't at least consider. I like doing household chores, but for sake, first thing in the morning, my man gets this, and he gets it in any way he wants. He would have crawl on my face and exactly.
Start at where you really want to be.
She acting like get cheated on either. Come on now, is she married?
No. And Lil Wayne, and you know what's so crazy that she says this? She was in a relationship, whether, I don't know if she was married or not, but she said that no matter what relationship that she was in, married or not, if Lil Wayne calls, she's leaving and she's gonna suck him.
It's actually amazing to me to watch the psychology of a hoe try to convince other women to be exactly like her. Super Saiyan God levels of cope. But Paul Pierce gave the obvious answer within that, which is, but don't hoes get cheated on too. But Superhead preaching the type of woman that a man should be loyal and committed to, while at the drop of a dime going over to Lil Wayne's house to go pleasure him while in a relationship is diabolical.
Been around since before my first husband, right? So he's always been part of my relationship. So when I get into a relationship, he's the only thing they ask about because they know. Well, what about Wayne? Will you stop seeing Wayne? I hear it. I've heard it. And the answer is always no. You either get over it or you leave. Those are your options because I'm not getting rid of him. Initially, people, and again, I've never hidden him. Like Wayne will call the house at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and I will answer.
Looking for some
if he says, I'm at the skate park or I'm here, I will get up and I will go. That's what's going to happen. And you got to be okay with that. And it has happened. You know,
So basically you'd be in bed with your husband. Wayne would call in the middle of the night and you would go see Wayne.
Yes, and I'd be gone for days.
You'd be gone for days.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the exact type of woman that you should consider for marriage. Yeah, of course, this makes sense.
Girl, who wants that? I'm so confused. That's why men don't want to marry a because one always baby.
Right.
Pick women that are in your life, gentlemen, with your eyes closed. I'm talking about a woman you're going to bring in your life.
Behavior.
I'm not talking about a woman you're
looks.
going to date with. I'm not talking about a woman you hook up with. I'm talking about a woman who's going to be in case of emergency. Pick those women with your eyes closed.
Trying to spark some interest, but that ain't it. You know, she cooked.
Well, she was saying that what a will give you is better than what like a housewife would give you.
I will tell you that men like that for just so long. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like when you look at the longevity of somebody, you want somebody that is more than that.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like, just because sex is cool and you doing all these things that a man like, that don't mean that's gonna last forever. Like when it get down to like sitting around and really bringing some substance to the table and really bringing like some maturity, bringing like some value to the table outside of sex, what is that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what men really look for long term. And that's always gonna outweigh long run than the sex.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, because the sex is gonna wear out eventually. You know, and he gonna be looking at other girls sexually.
Yeah.
You know, but then all these other things that you bring that got like some substance to it
can't be replaced so easily.
Yeah, it's gonna last a little. It's gonna last way long.
Your thing is your value right now because of how you acted. Let me tell you something, man. Why do you think it's so hard?
Because she got body.
Why do you think it's so hard to find a good woman? I would love for anybody in here to answer that. Why do you think it's hard to find a good woman?
It's science, man. It's called decision-making fatigue.
Craig got another good one here.
It's called
decision-making fatigue?
Decision-making fatigue is the actual thing. The brain is only capable of making so many good choices in a day. And human beings aren't supposed to be in societies with this many people and this many decisions in front of them. You know, on a daily, we probably make 500-600 decisions and we're not even aware of it. If we were in a different society, you know, we may have 2 women to choose from.
If you dress like
well,
I'm gonna treat you like.
Let me expound on that. Decision fatigue is a real thing, and it's not just in relationships and choosing who is appropriate for you, but just with every decision, right? But the way to eliminate decision fatigue is to have a set of rules or standards or rubric that you follow in order to easily identify bullshit. Quick emergency meeting. Let's talk. Have you ever realized that life is a game that you can win, but felt like nobody ever gave you the rule book to it? Now, this is a problem for most men today. They're out here just reacting to the chaos around us instead of winning within it. They don't know the rules, so they operate confused. But the truth is that it's impossible to win at a game that you do not understand, which is why I created Transcending the Red Pill in the Modern Man's Playbook. One is going to give you the education, the history, psychology, and the cultural shifts that created today's dating market. The other, the execution, the step-by-step playbook to thrive with clarity and to win. Now together, it's going to form the ultimate knowledge pack designed to transform your mindset and life in under 30 days. Now, you could grab each separately, but for a limited time, you can get both bundled together and save 20%. Now, that's lifetime access for less than the cost of a date that'll go nowhere. So if you're ready to stop guessing and to start mastering the new rules of life, click the link in the description below and start your 30-day transformation, because you don't want to wait for clarity. You want to learn the system to master the game and to win it. Go now so you can make more effective, more efficient decisions so you're not sitting here waffling between what's good and what's right. Now, when you have superheads that's coming down up in here that is just trying to influence men to select hoes, it kind of clouds your decision-making capability unless you're a man that has created standards for yourself, or you know that she's completely full of shit and you just choose to ignore the bullshit. There are absolutely prescriptions that you can put on your life to either reduce the amount of risk that you expose yourself to or to lessen the fatigue that it takes to actually make a decision. It's easy to identify who ain't worth a quarter if you have the rubric of ain't shit. Let's keep going.
If you dress like the UPS man, I expect you to deliver the mail. You dress for the occupation that you have. And if you want to be scantily clad, that's fine. It just warrants more attention than respect. So that question is, what is the end result that you want?
If you ever get serious with it, you better make sure it's who got morality about herself and she down with you. Do not do it to keep up. Because I'm telling you, every man out there, if you in a situation where you would have, you know she ain't, but you don't want her to go, if you do something to lock in with that, pregnancy, marriage, or something like that, your life gonna be destroyed. Here it is, 2024. And I'm still trying to get the away from a that lied about so much and told me I wasn't, because I was. If it wasn't for the I was, I'd be on an island by myself fighting. The can help me get this off me.
Yeah. She held me down and I came back in a good position. I didn't make up the actual meme, how they got it, but man, there's a lot of truth to rumors. Like, yeah, she helped. I could not have been in the situation where I am now without her.
All a hoe is loyal to is to the money. That's it. Now, a lady's gonna carry herself with class, dignity, respect. Come on. You just can't tell a lady anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's gonna create a boundary.
I really hate to say this, but I've come to the conclusion that Black women really do love 3 or 4 behavior. They support it and they thrive off of it, right? Because anytime you go against that, they tell you to mind your business. And this is what this comment says. Like, they will tell you, what does it matter? Why do you care? Why should we shame women? Because they love it. They love to see other women naked. They love to see other women giving their body up. And they love it. They get really upset when you give think pieces on why women a certain way, carry themselves a certain way, do certain things. But they don't get mad when people are talking about baddies and giving think pieces on that. You know why? Because they like that stuff. They thrive off that stuff. They want to see women fighting and bent over, shaking their behinds. That's what they want to see. That's what they support. So there is no shame, because that's all we support. That's all we want to see. And if you go through my comments on this post, that's all women are saying. Black women, mind your business. Why do you care? Because that's what they support. 3 or 4 behavior.
I don't care.
Listen, go over to my website, link in the description for the Bring Back Shame merch. Let's go.
What anybody says. I have a lot of high value, high earning, masculine men in my life. Multimillionaires, single, happy, know who they are, certain, in purpose, on purpose. Some of them are married. Some of them have girlfriends. I have the whole spectrum, right? Mm-hmm. Genuine friendships with these people. Some are mentors. I will tell you right now, the less clothing that a woman has on is the higher chance of disqualification for a high value, high earning, masculine man for the long term. Now they'll take you for the night.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll take you for a couple weeks, maybe a month. You might get a trip. And if that's all you want, then that's great. But if you actually want to be loved and valued by this type of man, you can't dress you just can't. You don't get to do certain things. You just don't. You don't.
Do you feel like that's a sense of control?
No.
I don't.
I feel like it's a sense of respect. It goes back to exclusivity. If everybody can see it, what is special about it? In this day and age, people are walking outside with lingerie on and Air Maxes on.
That's the greatest display of love, is to sacrifice your life for another. Sacrifice. Love and sacrifice go hand in hand with one another. If you got this woman that's down for you consistently and she's sacrificing time night after night, that's the greatest display of love, because it's a lot of square that ain't gonna do that for their man, their kids, or anything like that. If a woman is loving a pimp like that, I don't see how a pimp can't love her. And see, that's the thing. A lot of people in the game think that love word is exclusive to squares, but squares ain't the only in the world that could love. In fact, I think the love between a pimp and a is the greatest display of love known. Man, with other, you know, that like had that type of love like a pimp and a guy. People just don't like to call it that, but I don't know any love greater than the love between a pimp and a pimp. Definitely gonna love his. She don't necessarily have to be his bottom. I've never had a bottom, but I love for real.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good sexy number. Okay, I do. I love a good like ooh la la.
Sexy number is crazy. I don't know if that last brother is an actual P, but that was the oddest series of words that I've heard string together. A woman that I truly love, we ain't gonna get her back crack for money. Now, if you saying that you in love with the money, that's a completely different thing, and she is just a throughput for that money. She's a conductor to that money. Logically, that would be more congruent, but if he stands on that, then that advice may be just as damaging to a society as what Superhead is suggesting that men do. Anyway, let's proceed.
I'm feeling myself. I'm a cleavage girl, you know, but you can't do both.
The cleavage be cleavage.
It be out, you know, but you gotta choose. You can't have legs out and chest out and midriff out. I mean, you can, but you're disqualifying yourself from really attracting and calling in a high value masculine man. They don't want that. It's too easy. I mean, they'll take it, don't get me wrong, but they won't keep it.
I agree.
Kenny, I gotta ask you, because you're a man. What's your answer? Why won't a man treat you like a lady if you dress overly sexy?
I would respect the woman. Like, she's still a woman. She still dress how she wants to dress, whether it's super business casual or she's like sexy, raunchy, right? There's still a level of respect. If we're talking about let's take things seriously, yeah, it's gonna be very different.
In a way.
No way. Because it's like you're giving yourself out visually to the whole world and then you're expecting me to feel exclusive about it. That's not the case.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. The reason it's hard to find a good woman is because a good woman is somewhere being a good woman. It's simply put, like, a good woman is somewhere being a good woman. That's why you don't see them in the club half naked, sweated out in the summertime.
What Corey is bringing up is so damn true, and it's why so many men err in their ways when they're expecting long-term situations by visiting women in short-term environments. If you're looking for commitment, stability, or loyalty, then why are you fishing in temporary spaces? The bar, the club, right? Even dating apps are designed for short-term gratification, not long-term foundation. But the correct foundation is built through a proper vetting process. And that's for both men and for women. Just make sure that you vet, just not with their words, but watching their actions as well. Let's proceed.
Some are cut out to be a hoe and some are cut out to be housewives. Me, personally, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I respect that because they're the first thing lay down and the last thing to get up.
So the question is, can you turn a hoe to a housewife? Well, you can if you want to live a life of uncertainty, a life of trepidation, a life of wondering who you are and where you are and what your footing is in her life. It doesn't seem like the right thing to do now, does it? Now, if you want to go down that road, you go on down that road because every man has a right to make his choice. But one thing I ain't gonna do is listen to you cry about your choice. You dig?
He had a mild one coming maybe 2 years ago and I caught it. So now I catch them before they come. And like people be saying stuff about him like, oh, he's soft, he's this, he that. The madman is still there. So I try my best. I don't want them to provoke him because it will come back.
Keisha Kayor is catching him because she protects her husband. Y'all call it controlling, when it's the biblical definition of a woman to protect her husband. She's a helpmeet.
Some matters we don't need the comment section's opinion on.
I was about to say they would knock her head off on social media if she was watching him spiral and didn't do anything.
Right. And she's supposed to be controlled. I mean, if I'm out of control, someone has to take control.
That's what marriage is.
A tale of two relationships is what we're going to talk about, you polite savages. We're talking about Yeezy and Gucci Mane. Both of these gentlemen have been diagnosed with mental disorders. But the difference is the way that their spouses handle these situations. You see, Kim Kardashian with Yeezy, she was playing the good wife, that blabble blabble, but one thing she did was when it went down, she let him make a damn fool out of himself because she understood the marketing. She understood that it was going to bring more attention to her. She understood that this was her way to increase her worth and her family's net worth. Now let's talk about Gucci Mane. Yes, he is afflicted with something similar, but his wife absolutely takes his phone away from him. Make sure that he doesn't make a fool out of himself, protects his brand because she has his back. You see, the difference is that Gucci Mane did not marry a 304, but Ye did. And I don't care what you say about Miss Kardashian. You can call her an icon, you can call her this or that, but the way she got hot was from that X tape with Ray J. And when you launch your career on your back, your career is only good as long as you stay on your back.
Guys, I'm going to leave a link to the rest of the video down in the description box down below. Make sure you go check out Tip Networks. Tell them MTR sent you. But fantastic collection of clips throughout this compilation. I love how they started in this discussion of Superhead and the advice that she's giving, and they're ending it off in kind of this discussion of different behavior sets of women that were married. Before content like this existed on the internet to give men a prescription of what's right, what's wrong, what's good, and what's bad, a lot of information was introduced to men as sort of like this smoke screen, right? I remember growing up in the 90s and thinking that you are less of a man if you did not want to take on a woman that already has kids. That's what I watched on TV growing up, right? So I think that now that men have a place to get introduced to different ways of thinking based off the results in the life that they want, or right, how to mitigate risk, how to reduce risk, how to ensure that the person that you're selecting is more aligned to a happier lifestyle that you can live, or a much more fulfilling lifestyle that you can live. It's all super value add. Because for damn sure, Superhead ain't gonna worry about things that are important, truly important to a man, as she copes her own lifestyle to make other women more like her, or to make you judge her less for the decisions, the 3 or 4 decisions that she's made throughout her life. She don't know how you need to value your peace, your purpose, or your time, because those are the real currencies in life. But all right, guys, let me know what you think down in the comment box down below. And shout out to today's sponsor of today's content, me. All right, go pick up that bundle. It should be up on the YouTube shelf down below. You'll do yourself the biggest favor of understanding the world that you currently live in. And the bundle that I have for you guys is to not only do that, but then to also execute as a man within today's modern world. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And until next time, peace.
So without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.